And here we are at the reviewing area, and here we have the Platinum Edition Year of the Rooster Optimus Prime here on the reviewing area.
Now, I do not know much about this one, but I have to say he is a good-looking Optimus Prime to be so small. He looks very good for the G1 representation of Optimus Prime. And Colton, let me ask you a question. Is there light piping in there?
For his head?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Okay. I thought I saw something, but okay. It wasn't what I was thinking. For a minute, it looked like his eyes was glowing, but I said blue. But
and yes, just like what my dad told y'all, this is a mini-sized Optimus Prime. A mini G1 version of Optimus Prime. And this is like a 4-inch scaled version. 4-inch is tiny, right?
yeah, well, I'm not sure. I don't have a tape measure with me. He's small, but he's not that small. He's not like the world's smallest Optimus Prime.
Because this is based off the already existed Transformers hybrid style Optimus Prime from Japan, but this is the American release, calling it Platinum Edition Year of the Roosters.
So, he is really good looking. And I know he's got to have some very good posability.
And being a small figure, he does have some really nicely sculpted and painted detail work on him. His eyes are painted in. I'm just trying to... There we go. You could see the blue on his eyes here. And there's the other blue. Which this eye on mine is kinda a little offset there. This eye here is kind of a little offset. You can see there. But this eye looks good. But this eye is kind of a little offset. You can kind of see there. But that's just on my figure. But you do have his usual traditional silver paint on the head crest and, of course, his mouth plate. And also, this figure does have some die-cast metal on him.
That's what I was fixing to ask you. It looked like it had some die cast.
Yes.
That's what I was fixing to ask you. Is there metal on this Optimus Prime? You just confirmed what I was thinking when I looked at it from the distance.
And you can kind of tell that for the die cast, like the different colored reds. I'm not sure if this camera could pick it up, but oh yeah, you can tell like the different colored reds. This red is a lot more glossier, whereas this red is just not. That's how you can tell there is some die-cast metal on him. And the die-casts I can tell are like his upper chest area. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, this type of red is a glossier paint, which means that the front part of the chest is all the die-cast metal, and also some areas on his legs. These blue things are also the die-cast metal. And yeah, that's pretty much all the die-cast metal he has on him. Just on his chest here and on these blue things for his legs here. And he does have the nice Autobot symbol here. And going down to his arms here, which do look really nice. And all around, he's just like G1 Optimus Prime. All around. The traditional red, blue, and silver with some yellow. And yeah. Oh, and even his feet or his toes do have some nice paint apps on it with the yellow and the gunmetal gray or metallic gray, which is going to be for the back of the truck mode. And I almost forgot to tell y'all, I am starting this video with him in robot mode because, well, he is packaged in robot mode. I just decided to start off the video with him in robot mode. Well, actually, I think I just remembered. The reason why I'm starting this video with him in robot mode is because the transformation I will is because of the transformation, and I will explain that when we get to transforming this figure, which is the reason why I'm starting him in robot mode. This video of him in robot mode. So for our articulation, the head is on a ball joint, which can swivel all the way around, and sometimes when you're moving the head, it does come undone from this transformation joint, and it does hold together from this back thing here, but sometimes when you try to move it, it comes undone. So it might be just on my figure. It might be, but the head is on a ball joint, which can swivel, but he can look up really good, like all the way up. And there is a reason why, and we'll get to why in a minute when we get to his accessories. And he can only look down just a little bit. And the arms do rotate all the way around, move in and out. And if you want to, you can use that transformation joint there. If you want to. And he doesn't have a bicep swivel, but he does have an elbow swivel. And of course, the elbows do bend here. And he does have ball joints at the hands, a ball joint at the waist, and these things do move because they are on ball joints here.
It's like his waist point, little waist part.
Yeah, except it moves on two separate ball joints on both sides. Mm-hmm. So that way you can move his legs up, and you can see how these move when you move his legs. So his legs can move up that far and back only about that far. They can move out only about that far. Thigh swivel. He does have a double jointed knee. And the feet do move up and down. And you do have a little bit of an ankle pivot. And these things do move up and down. So for him being so small here, just popped off something. These pop off like way too easy if you're not handling this figure correctly. But they just clip on. So, as I was saying, even though that this figure is really small, you can still get this figure in a lot of poses.
To be that small, here's proportion pretty good, and you can still see the bulk in him, and he is a great representation of Optimus Prime.
Yes.
I don't see anything wrong with the way his robot mode looks. Nothing's out of proportion. Everything looks good. So, my hat's off. They did a good job.
So now let's run through his accessories. And he comes with quite like quite enough accessories for this figure. Like, what would you call it? Like a lot, or
He comes with quite a few accessories with this figure, so you just don't get Optimus Prime. You get some bonus stuff in here too,
yes.
besides Optimus Prime, and that's what he's going to show y'all.
But before we take a look at the bonus accessories that you get with this figure, besides his usual, well, but before we get to the bonus accessories that this Optimus comes with, let's of course take a look at his traditional accessories that he comes with. So of course, he does come with his iconic blaster here, which is all casted in black with some nice detail on it. And you do have some metallic gray paint on this part on both sides. Or, well, oh, yeah. It is casted in metallic gray on this part, on both sides. Yeah. And this part of the handle does move side to side, so you can have him double-handed. And you can have him hold it in his hand, as usual. And he does come with an Energon, with his Energon axe, or energy axe.
Yeah, both of them are right. I would assume. Energy Axe, the Energon Axe. They both sound good. It's an axe.
Which does have a ball joint here. And the way you attach this is you would remove either one of his hands, because but both of his hands are on ball joints, and attach the Energon axe to either one of his arms. But I'm not going to interchange his hands, because I have tried to remove both of these hands, but they were really snug in there, and they were kind of a pain to remove. So I'm not going to pop off these hands that he has on him.
Yeah, so y'all get the gist of what he's saying. That axe goes right there when you take his fist out, so that becomes his Energon axe. So
it should look something like this.
Yes, got you. From the G1 cartoon.
Yes.
Alright, what else do we have as far as accessories? With this Year of the Rooster Optimus Prime, what did it say, 2017? I believe that's what it said,
yes.
2017.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the next accessory?
You do also get an Autobot symbol here, which has some nice metallic red on it.
Y'all, he is right. That is very metallic red. I can see it right
Very,
above his shoulder right there, and it is, woo,
it is very reflective.
very reflective.
And on the back, it's just all hollow. But this is no just Autobot symbol. This is actually a display stand where you can display your Optimus onto. And how to display him with this, you do get a little cradle, right? Cradle.
It's a part that should plug into the stand that plugs into Optimus. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And to attach this onto the Autobot symbol, you would attach it on this triangle tab onto the forehead of the Autobot symbol here.
So the triangle goes into the stand just like that. Okay.
And this stand part is just one solid piece, because the only articulation it has is this part can move up and down, and it can also rotate. And how you attach this onto Optimus is this tab goes into a hole right here.
Okay. Yep, I heard it. Yeah. Ooh, bless you.
I just had a sneeze.
Y'all, it's coming out of winter into spring around here, and allergies are starting to get fired up.
But there you have Optimus on his display stand there. So you can get him into some aerodynamic poses. Mm-hmm. Which is really cool. And I believe this is like the first time I ever get to see a display stand that's shaped as a symbol. A symbol for one of the good guys, which is, of course, Optimus. Okay. Right. And was this like your first time seeing this?
Yeah, for this figure, yes. Yes, I love the symbol. The symbol is very vibrant, you cannot, once you see it one time, you cannot unsee it. It's like, ooh.
Because it's very reflective.
It's very reflective, and it's dark. They did a good job. They did a good job. All right.
And that is all of the traditional accessories that you get for Optimus here. Now we come to the extra stuff you get with this figure.
Right. So there's one thing that he comes with that we know we've seen him in G1 cartoon. But it's very rare. Every now and then you'll see him with it. He doesn't wear it that much in the G1. Just every now and then.
And for this, I'm going to have to remove his blaster. Because this accessory that he comes with is this. This is a rocket pack that that he borrowed from Sideswipe in the G1, one of the G1 episodes in the G1 cartoon.
You are right.
And yes, this is Sideswipe's rocket pack from one of the episodes in G1. And it does have some nice silver paint and a lot of nice detail work. And these thrusters are on ball joints. You can see. And to attach this to Optimus, you want to bring out these things on both sides all the way out. Well, not all the way out, but just enough so that way you don't break these, because these are kind of really thin. And to attach this to Optimus, what you want to do is make sure his arms are out like this. And you want to slide in, well, try and slide in both of his arms into these things here. Just like that.
Okay.
And also, on both sides here, you do have these black tabs that will go into those rectangular holes there on both sides. Now, these tabs that go into those rectangle holes do not stay on that well on my figures. But if these don't stay on really well, then what you would do is you would take these and just to just making sure that I didn't accidentally broke anything, but I don't think I have.
You didn't.
Because this figure does have some fragile parts, and I just already did like kind of spoiled for his chest.
It's alright, just keep on going.
Well, I'm just gonna leave it like that, so that way I don't accidentally break anything.
Okay.
But you would take these and like try and feed them through here, so that way the jetpack can stay on super secure.
Right.
But
Yeah,
that's as close as I can get it.
It's kind of like putting on a backpack for school or something like that. That's how you have to attach this jet backpack to Optimus.
Except this is a rocket pack.
Yeah, rocket jetpack. Got you. So that's it. Like I said, we hardly seen him with a jetpack. We've seen him a couple of times in G1, not often, because Optimus and basically mostly 90% of your Autobots didn't fly. You had the other 10% that could, but that was due to their alt mode being a jet or an airplane or something like that. In order for these guys to fly, they would literally need jetpacks. That's just the way that they wrote the story. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, neither here or there. It's cool. He has a jetpack that's extra that he can put on and fly.
Yeah.
To go get Megatron.
And the other Decepticons.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna go ahead and remove this off of him. Because his chest, which I just already did spoiled for y'all, that does open up. And it is for the transformation, but it is another one of the features. And yes, this Optimus not only comes with many accessories, but he does have some features to him. And he does come with some other ones, but I want to get on to some of the features that this little Optimus has before we get to the other ones he comes with. So, this Optimus, the basic Optimus here, only has a couple of features, just only 2. And the first one is you can take these smokestacks and point them down to have little shoulder cannons here. But another little feature that he has is on these things here on both sides, you can rotate them up, and he has little mini guns on these things. So you can have him with more extra little more firepower to him.
Very good. Me was thinking the same thing. Yes, so that's different because you could not do that on G1. G1 Optimus Prime.
The original G1?
Yes. Not unless you break it. Then you could probably do it. But without breaking it, you can't do it. So, and I don't recommend that.
Right.
But on this figure, you can do it.
But the second feature that he has, which if y'all remember watching the 1986 Transformers the movie, is that you can, which I already kind of spoiled to y'all, the cab windows do open up, and this silver part, which does flip up, and yep, here we go.
And
Does flip up like this, and inside you have a little matrix of leadership, which is removable.
what? It is?
Yeah.
How about that?
And yeah, it is really tiny.
That is very...
And I am seeing if it's die-cast metal.
I don't know.
I just heard some dinging sounds.
Yeah, I heard some dinging too. I'm not going to say anything. That just went all the wrong way. Anyway. It might be. Maybe the yellow itself, the orangish yellow, is metal and the outside's plastic. I'm not sure.
But it is really nicely sculpted and painted, although mine does have some blue or silver paint splotches here. Oh, not on the other side, because this side looks fine, but this side y'all can kind of see does have some paint splotches.
So how about that? You get the Matrix in this Optimus Prime 2 that you can take out, and it's very small.
Yeah.
So that is another bonus part to it that I didn't even expect. So,
And he can hold this, but we'll get to that in a minute. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just set this off to the side, so that way I don't struggle all day on camera trying to get it back inside his chest. Because of how it being way too small. Okay, and this part I'm gonna have to move Optimus out of the way.
now let me ask you this: do you think that they made a Megatron of this? I do not know.
I have not seen it.
Okay.
No. But the last thing that he comes with, well, the last few things that he comes with is, the first thing is his iconic trailer here, which is nicely all silver with some white and blue stripes on the sides with the Autobot symbol. And some nice detail work, as usual. And the bottom does also, of course, have some nice detail work here. And it does have a flipped up and down little stand here, so that way the trailer doesn't tip down if you don't have this stand part flipped out. And of course, it does have some features to it. One of the features that I do want to show y'all of what this can do is, on these two holes on the front is where you can attach Sideswipe's jetpack to, using the same tabs that you would attach on those rectangle holes on the back of Optimus. But these tabs on mine don't really hold together that well. I've tried, like, pushing them in a little to see if they could stay in, but it would not stay attached. Well, one side attaches for no problems, but the other side just doesn't want to stay in. So I'm just going to leave this off. But you can, on the back here, you can open up these doors here. And you can pop out a little, well, pull out a little ramp, but you don't just pull it out. It does pop out. And to do that, on this side here, this gray thing here is actually a button. And when you push it, the ramp here will pop out like this. Just like that. And that, what y'all saw just rolling out, that wasn't part of it. But to show y'all it again, you would push this button here and the ramp would pop out. Just like that. And inside here, you can't fit a lot in here. You can only fit one thing in. And that one thing which y'all just saw, which is Roller here, can fit inside. And you can have him pulled out and rolling down on the ramp here. And that there is more to the trailer, but we'll get to that in a minute. But let's take a look at little Roller here real quick. So he's just all casted in silver paint with again a lot of detail work. But he does have some blue seats inside here. And some nice wheels here. And he does have some features, and that is you can turn the wheels from side to side, so you can have them turning left or right. Oh, and he does have some nice yellow paint for the front headlights here. But the wheels do turn like this. And as y'all see here, as you move one wheel, the other wheel will move. And also, the back wheels move with it as well. So they're both like geared together. And attached to Roller here is this little hose thing. Just like the original G1 Optimus has.
Yes. Yes, the original G1. Some people call it a gas pump. Some people say, some people say that's a welding machine. Some people, hey, y'all use y'all's own determination of what it is. You know, some people say it's a gas pump to refuel. I don't know. You know, even in G1, it was just there. It was just part of it. Now, did it ever make an appearance in the cartoon? I honestly do not remember. Maybe it did. I remember Roller did, but I don't know if this one part. And if y'all know down, let me know. Let me know if this showed up in a G1 cartoon, what Colton's holding right there. I know Roller made the appearance, okay? But I don't know what the gas pump or whatever that is, welding machine, I've heard it called multiple things, so. So anyway, go ahead.
But and there is other ways you can attach this to, not with Roller, but in the trailer. But we'll get to that in a minute. And he does have this red thing here that does flip up. Just like that. And he has a little siren thing here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you can take Optimus's gun and attach it to Roller here. And to attach it, you would take this handle part and flip it either this way or this way, and take the handle part with the trigger and flip it up to reveal a peg, and you would attach it to this hole here, and I think you can, yeah, you can attach it to
all three of them.
All three of them.
Mm-hmm.
We can attach it there, and you have a little attack mode for Roller.
Mm-hmm.
And Roller does roll really well. So that's it for Roller. Now coming back to the trailer here. So, just like with the G1 Optimus, the trailer does open up. But I will have to use a tool because there is a tab that tabs into this back part here. But it's really kind of snug in there. So I will have to use a tool to help me out. Just like that. And also, here's another cool feature. When you open these up, these blue stand parts will spring out. Because this and these are both connected by gears. So when you bring down this side will pop out. Just like that. Which is really nice. And here we have the inside of the trailer here. And this can be displayed like this if you want to. Or you can stand it up just like on the original G1. And this ramp part that you pop out, but by pressing that button, does fold up as well. And these parts do flip up as well. So here's a quick look at the inside here.
So that's just like the G1 repair bay that his trailer can transform into.
Oh, and you can flip down this little stand part if you want to display it like this.
Yeah, That's basically what it is.
And this has that thing there, which I don't know why that they decide to put that here on this Year of the Rooster figure.
Let me ask you something. What's going on with these boxes? Do they open up?
Yes, but we'll get.
If you tell me there's a little Diaclone person in there, I'm just going to be over the moon. I don't think so. That would be really cool.
Well, actually, no. But on here, you of course got this little repair guy here that does extend out on 3 multiple joints here, and he does swivel, and these things do move as well. And you of course got this little arm thing which can move on a ball joint and has a joint here, and the claw does open and close. And I think you can, yes, you can move it down to the other position here if you want to. And this little satellite part does move up. And yes, it does rotate all the way around. And the little cockpit here does open up. Well, you have to untap it and flip it up, which reveals some nice silver painted in detail work. And as y'all already saw on the sides of this thing, it does have some nice molded in cannons here, which are not separate pieces like on the original G1 figure is. And there is more that this can do. Well, that this only has a couple of features, which are including these two. But before we get to the features, there is some things you can do with Optimus and the other things you come with this figure. Yeah, okay. So you can have Optimus standing inside here, and okay. That there is these 2 tabs here where this hole and this hole, which are the screwdrivers that are inside, can attach to. Yeah. So you can have that and have the little repair guy there just fixing up Optimus here. Okay. Just noticed something that it can do, but for this section, but I don't see any. But another thing that this can do is you can take Optimus's energy axe and attach it to either this hole, and I think you can attach it to that hole there. Well, no. It's either this hole or this hole. No, not that hole or that hole. Because this ball joint is sticking out. But you can attach it there like that. And you, of course, can attach his little blaster here onto this hole here. And I think you can do it with these holes here. No, because as I drop it. But you can only attach it to this hole, not these holes again, because this part on the back does limit or hinder it. And you can take the little hose part and attach it on to the same two holes where the axe and the gun are at. But you still cannot attach it to these holes here. And I'm going to go ahead and remove these off of him, off of the trailer. And I think we can now get to the couple features that this trailer can do. So the first feature that it has is on these two things here. These things do untab and flip down. And on the insides here, inside of these things are his interchangeable hands. Yes, he does have some interchangeable hands that do remove out. But and I would use a tool to remove them, but I do have the instructions here to show y'all how many hands he comes with. Okay, so here's here's the interchangeable hands that you get. So the ones that he has on him are the weapon holding hands. But he also comes with 2 open hands, a pointing finger hand, two hands where they do have a groove in them, and that's where you can slide them into this matrix here, like he's holding it. And he does come with this hand here, a gripping weapon gripping holding hand with his hand tilted down, where his hand is tilted down like this. Which will allow you to, you can see here, hold his iconic blaster in 2 hands, so you can have it like this here.
Well, that's cool. He's got hands. Storage for hands. Pretty much everything storage can be put in a trailer.
Yes. And the last feature that this can do is, if you leave this little repair guy, well, that there is one more feature that this can do is, and that is, you will have to put back up the arm and bring this down, and on the bottom here you have these little handle things that do flip out. And that way you can have Optimus here bring up his arms and rotate his elbows and have him gripping onto the handles. So you can have something like this. So that way he's in attack mode.
Yeah.
And now the last thing that this can do is, if you leave this extended out, and on each side of the trailer has these little cutouts here, where this posable arm thing can sit into these little cutouts here. But you have to make sure that this is all the way down. Before you do that. And just attach everything together. and you can have that. Oh, and I do need to flip out the little stand part. So you can have that look going on. And I think that is all you can do with this. I am double checking the instructions real quick to see if I got everything. Oh, yeah. One more thing I forgot to show y'all. And that is, the inside of the trailer does have 3 extra holes, which is here, here, and here. So you can attach the gun, axe, and the hose part. Almost forgot about that.
Yeah, so there's your storage for all his weapons.
Yes. So you can attach them here, 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 or here into these holes for the gun, axe, and hose part. And I think that's finally all of the accessories.
So you get a whole lot with this guy. The blaster, the axe, the little roller. Got to love little roller. That is cool the way they did him. So everything can pretty much go in here and be self-contained, to where you have the trailer, everything in it, and then you have Optimus.
So now that I got all of the weapons and the features and accessories that this figure comes with, now is the time to transform Optimus here. But before I do that, I gotta do a little cleaning here. So be right back.